The Simpsons, Season 36, Episode 4, titled Summer Heat, and this episode is basically a big mystery about a private investigator's old detective case getting brought back, and now it's time for our main character to solve the case. So you may say, who is this private investigator? Who was a PI in the A's? No other than Abe Simpson. No other than Grandpa Simpson himself. And the big thing is, he went on his PI partner, went on a case, and he never got seen ever again. And the investigation was, what is happening? And it's a mystery, right? It's a mystery. So naturally, there's a level of treatment in there. There's a level of like, okay, what did happen? What happened to his PI partner? What happened to this? How does this character connect to here? What does it? You start piecing things together. Like I knew it wouldn't be murder. It would probably be something else. So it'll be interesting. Like, okay, how is this character still alive? But there's the mystery whole. I mean, in a way, I wouldn't lie. It's a bit odd to have like a Lisa episode as well. Well, you know what it is? It is a grandpa episode. It's just Lisa is a supporting character. Like, if you say who's like the second main character, I'll say Lisa, because she's the one who's like, come on, let's solve this mystery. Let's solve this mystery. Let's solve this mystery. What happened to Grandpa's old partner? What happened? Because all they know is they see a corpse, a grave with a couple in there, holding business cards, and one of them was the business card for Grandpa's PI service, for his private detective service. And this is the one who's like, I want to figure out what's happening. I want to know. I want to solve the clue. I want to be Nancy Drew, for God's sakes. She wants to be Nancy Drew. So she's on this investigation, and you get flashbacks, which is kind of cool. I mean, they do act very crime worry, where it's like, "Hey, doll, how you going?" "Oh, I'm fine. I want to leave my husband, but he's too rich to leave. Oh, I am so afraid something will happen to me if I leave him. Oh, please protect me, PIs." And it's playing the crime wire aspect of things, but there's a level of humor with it, like the joke about, oh, no woman, no single woman wants to deal with a man with kids, which I would say this: if that's the case, how dare you have responsibilities? Like jokes like that, because we see a young, like, this family town is Mrs. Stinner, Principal Stinner's mom, as her in like her 30s or 40s, whatever. And the moment Homer walks into the room as like a 10-year-old and saying, Are you my new mommy? I need to be tucking in. I need some tucking in." She's like, "Oh, you have a child. Clearly you have no time to me." And I'm like, you know what, Abe? You can do a hell of a better, man. You can do a hell of a better. If you have someone who doesn't understand that they're not gonna be 100% there, but that you cannot be having their 100% attention because you have responsibilities, it's not worth doing. "Oh crap, you're sleeping with her." Yeah. I get you. Yeah. He does. Because it's a PI, you need the It's like the whole thing. You need the PI to sleep with the family town. It's just rules. It's just rules there, and all that. But there's jokes about that. There's a bit of fuzzing. Now we know that Grandpa Simpson is packing something big, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe some 9 inches and all that kind of bit. Because Mrs. Stinner in her 40s was having a face of really pleasing. Like, I want to look at that all the time. I'm like, Come on. But, there's humor out through. There's humor about, it is mostly this. It is an episode with a lot of sex jokes. Like Grandpa telling the story about telling a love story towards Lisa, but when it comes to the sex part, he's like, "Let me put some music, on. Let me put some music on, so I can say the words, but you can't hear it." So you got humor like that, or where the two characters, Mrs. Skinner and the grandpa, are connected, and Bart and Principal Skinner are just there. I mean, the joke about Principal Skinner is like the most fun thing is like the puzzles on the back of a cereal box, and Bart's like, I kind of want my principal to find his manhood. I'm like, I couldn't help, I laughed over that. And of course the girl like, oh dear, here comes the therapy bill. That's when they can hear certain voices. I will say this. You have not... Oh. Yeah. I will say... I was going to say something, but I was like, filter, hold it, filter. It works. It sometimes works. But, it adds to the therapy bill. So there's human afro. There's a level of... there is a level of curiosity of how this is going to be pieced together and all that kind of stuff. I mean, the third act, doing with Mr. Burns, it kind of, and the reason that the case never got moved forward, I was like, okay, it's trying to go meta here, where like Homer's a damn idiot. In the real world, he'll be fired 6 billion times already, and making fun of that. But I was like, yeah. I was like, okay, the reveal of it was a little bit the reasoning I found to be a little bit dissatisfying a little bit, but I enjoyed the first 2 acts. But the third act, did fell off a little bit. But I won't lie, the ending of seeing Ralph holding a gun, I was like, American in a nutshell, I guess. It's like, Lisa, why wouldn't you just join the police force? Because I was like an 8-year-old police officer. Okay, weird, but why don't you join the police force? I mean, look at Ralph here. He's doing fine. Meanwhile, he's like, do I shoot at the talking? I'm like, make us America. America in a nutshell with gun control. Yeah, and that was a bit disturbing. But yeah, now apparently next week is the big one, the annual Treehouse of Horror, number 35. How many? Jesus, 35. I thought they did like a Thanksgiving episode, and that was kind of the place of the Treehouse of Horror one season. Anyway, but it is Treehouse of Horror number 35. So yeah, but yeah, I actually like this episode. I like it. A good old investigation with some Simpsons humor, mostly on the filthy side of things, which is quite weird. Like we didn't find out Patty Patty. Bloody Patty. We found out Patty's bloody kinks in this. There's only like ropes that's inside, like it's a weird like kink ropes, and you just go, and you explain this to your goddamn nephew, to your like nephew and cousins, your niece and nephews. Jesus, bangs! Oh my god, you two have no filter. But anyway, if you've seen the episode, comment below, let me know your thoughts.